Hey y'all, this is Kylie from Wild Lemon Fitness. Thanks so much for joining us in our online studio. Let's work out.
Welcome to Wild Lemon. My name is Molly. We've got about a 10-minute mobility stretch with just a little bit of activation for you today. This is great for a day that you feel like you need a little more gentle movement, or maybe you didn't exactly want to go all out. You just want to move a little bit. Your body's asking for not quite like an all-out balls to the wall workout. But this is good anyways. Do it before a workout, do it after workout, do it as the only thing you do today. Move your body, have fun. All right, let's get started. Standing on your mat, roll your shoulders back and down. You're going to take a step forward with your right foot. Drop that back knee. Make sure that your knee is right on top of your ankle. You can have your hands on your hips. You can have your hands on your leg forward. I don't care, whatever feels good. We're going to start by just pressing the hips forward and then releasing. So it's not about how deep you push into this and hold it. It's just about the movement back and forth, just opening up that hip flexor. Deep breaths in and out. I love working out at home because then I get to discover new things in my living room that I never noticed before. Like how I always need to vacuum. Breathe. Just a couple more here. Shoulders are back and down, reminding yourself that even if this is the only movement you do today, you're doing a great job. One more here. Push it a little further forward and lift back up. Switch sides, knee back. I like to put my hands on my hips because it reminds me to push my hips forward a little bit further, not so much that you feel like pain, just enough that it feels like you're opening things up. Forward and back, forward and back. I said gentle movement, y'all. I'm already sweating. We're not even doing anything. My body loves to sweat. We're gonna do a couple more here. You should really start to feel it open up. Getting ready for the little movement we're going to do later. One more for fun. Release it. Same movement. Forward, you're going to drop your hands down, one on either side of your foot. Push forward over your top foot and then lean back. This is to open up your ankle mobility. You're just going to rock it back and forth. Again, not about pushing forward and holding it there. We're just moving it so everything opens up. You get nice and loose for whatever you got going on later. Keep breathing. This is the point of my workout where my dog usually tries to crawl underneath my legs. Whatever is happening in your life, let it happen. It's part of what's going on today. It's part of your workout. It's part of your movement. Let it be. Just a couple more here. And step it back. Switch sides. Trying to keep your head and neck in line with your spine. I keep turning mine. We're just breathing. We're just opening up. Letting that knee shift forward and back, just really gently, not putting too much pressure on it. One more. And let it go. We're going to switch feet again. One hand on either side of your foot, straighten that back leg, pick your knee up if it feels good. You're gonna take your inside hand and open up and then release. Twisting through the spine. Let your gaze follow your hand. Pressing down through all 10 toes. Let's do one more. Release it, step back, switch feet. One hand on either side, drop your shoulders, open up, then release. Shoulders stay nice and low. We keep breathing. We keep moving. One more here. Let it go, step forward, come to standing. Shake it out. We're almost there. Feet are hip width apart. You're gonna step out side to side in just a little lunge. Step out and then come back up. step out, come back up, alternating side to side. If you want to stay with one side until you get tired and then switch to the other side, that's cool. I like going back and forth so one side doesn't get too tired. Again, hands wherever you want them. If you want to reach them forward, hands on your hips, put them behind your head. I don't care. Whatever feels good to you today. Maybe you want to have a little dance party. Move your arms around while you lunge. It's fun. Movement should be fun. One more. Stay here. Walk your feet out wide. Just a little bit. Turn your toes out. Squat your hips back. Shift side to side. And then come back up. So you're going to squat down, shift one side, shift the other side, come center, stand back up. Again, it's not about how deep you go into this squat. It's just about opening everything up, loosening up. One more. Stand tall. All right, I keep changing directions. If your mat is whatever direction, we're gonna be stepping back into just a little bit lunge. Back, reach your arms up. You're gonna go away from your back foot. So reach over, up, stand up tall. Switch sides. Back, reach away, stand up. Not trying to sink too deeply into this lunge. Just enough that you can move through this nice and easy, nice and gentle. One more each side. Up. Okay. You should feel nice and warm, nice and loose. We're gonna go into probably a little 5-minute activation series. We're gonna do everything twice through. So we're gonna do the whole thing once and do the whole thing again. The first time is just to get the movement into your body. After that, the second time you can pick up your speed a little bit and get a little warmer. Come down to your mat. Feet are in line with your hips, lay back. Palms to the floor. Bridge your hips up. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze to lift and lower. Not worrying about how high up you pick your hips here. It's about the squeeze that causes the movement. So be really mindful of whatever movement is happening after you squeeze your muscle. So you're squeezing the base of your seat to lift. Just nice and slow. Press your fingers down into the mat. Press your toes down. Press your shoulder blades down. Just keep breathing. Let's do one more. And release. Coming to all fours. Flip yourself over. Hands right underneath your shoulders. Knees right underneath your hips. You're gonna take your outside leg, whichever one is to the outside, you can pick, and lift it up and then lower. I call these fire hydrants. I had a dance teacher once describe them as a dog peeing on a fire hydrant, and I'll never be the same. So that's what I call them. It's just squeezing the side of your seat to lift them up and lower. We're not focusing on how high up you can get your leg. You don't want your spine to start to twist. Just enough to activate that side seat. Keeping everything in line, head, neck, shoulders. Your abs are pulled up to the ceiling. One more here. Release it. Switch sides, other way. Lift it up and lower. Reminding yourself to breathe. Take up space with your fingertips. Press all of them down into the mat. Squeezing from the side of your seat to lift. And then create some resistance for yourself on the way down. Instead of lifting and dropping, imagine lifting and lowering. So squeeze to lift, squeeze to lower. Two more. Two feels good. Release it, shift it back just a second, and come to standing. All right. Your feet, once again, hip width apart, shoulders are back. You're gonna step out into a lunge, and then on the way back in, pick your knee up using your abs. So we step out to one side, and then lift. This should be nice and slow, so you can keep your balance. All 5 toes of that standing leg, pressing down into the floor. Shift that seat back on the side. Squeeze to lift. Use your abs. Slow and steady. Up. And lift. You can point your foot on the way up. You can flex it. You can just let it do whatever it wants. One more this time. Shake it out. Switch sides. So you step out. Pick your knee to lift. The abs are causing your knee to lift. Your leg is just sort of along for the ride. Lift. Finding your best range of motion. If you feel like sinking super deep into this and coming up super high with your leg, that's great. If your body wants to take it a little bit slower today, listen to it. One more. All right, shake it out. One more exercise. Turn facing, so you're long ways on your mat. You're gonna step back with, I'm doing my right foot, whatever foot you want to do, step it back. Drop down into a lunge. You're gonna twist. Both ways, come center, come back up, switch legs. Down, twist one way, twist the other way, center, back up, back, twist, twist, center. When you twist, make sure it's using your abs, your obliques are what's twisting. Not using your spine or really over rotating. It's just a gentle twist to get those abs moving, get them working. One more each side. Second time through. We made it once. Now you know what you're doing. Come back down to the mat. This time when you squeeze, imagine getting a little bit of speed behind you so you know the movement, you know the muscles that are working. Back to that glute bridge position, squeeze to lift, lower, lift, and lower. In through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Taking that focus to the base of your seat. Lift, lower. Again, if your body wants to stay that slower speed, perfect. If you want to speed it up, as long as you're in control of the movement and you feel good, I feel good. 2 more here. Release it, come up. Flip around back to those fire hydrants. I know that they probably have a different name. They definitely have a different name, but that's what I call them. Squeeze to lift, lower. So you know what's working now? You can right away take the focus to that muscle. It's the side of your seat. Lift, lower. Releasing any of that tension in your neck or your shoulders. As you breathe, you can send all of that tension to your lower body, your abs, your seat. One more. Switch sides, readjust when you have to, lift and lower. If you get here, especially the second time around, and your wrists are giving you any trouble, you can always come up to your fists. You can drop down to your forearms if you need to. Just make sure your back stays in line. You can do this on any sort of lifted surface, a chair, a couch, countertop, whatever you got. 2 more. All right, shift it back just a second, breathe. Come up. Last 2 things, lunge then lift. This time we're gonna take it a little faster. Still try to find that balance at the top, like there's a string attached to your head and you're lifting every time you come to the center. Lift. Your abs are nice and tight, lift them up. Over, lift, over, lift. Up. 2 more. Other side, switch it. Lift up. Finding that balance at the top. It helps to press all of your toes down into the mat. And just focus on slowly moving and lifting. We're almost done. See, even if this is the only thing you do today, this feels great. You can do it before something, you can do it after something. You can do it 4 times in a row. Whatever you want to do today. 2 more. Last thing. Long ways on your mat. You're going to step back into that lunge. Twist one way, twist the other way, center, come back up. Just those gentle ab twists. You're twisting from your obliques, keeping those shoulders nice and low. We're almost there. Keep breathing. Thank yourself for taking some time out of your day to move. Maybe you started off not really wanting to, but I hope that by the end of this, you're really grateful that you took this time. One more. Come up, take a deep breath in. Arms up, exhale. Let it go. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release it. That's it. Thank you so much. Hope you had fun.